All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Buffalo Bills. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go. 52. Let's bring it. Kill.
They'll start the drive with Wilson. Big hold of the 30. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Brown 80. You don't know no better. 5 wide.
Throwing now is Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minka Fitzpatrick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Boy, an aggressive play call to start this game. It backfired, but aggressive, no question about that.
Is that one of those statement calls? Trying to let you know that they're going to be aggressive right out of the gate. But that one hung up just a little bit too long. He made a nice play on the ball defensively and was able to pick it off.
49, check 49. 22 jet bomber. Hey! Bravo! Mine's 50. Wild Bill.
On 1st and 10, Dorsey. And he will find his man on the outside.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Hey, Delta. Let's get up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Dorsey is going to fire one deep over the middle. The Buffalo defense does its job, and it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Not the way they wanted to begin things. You had the interception on the first play of the game. The good news, it only led to 3 points.
And remember our conversation with him prior to the ball game? He said they had something special designed for the first play. It didn't hit. Let's see if he can rebound from it and not let it get him down.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And here's Allen to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
He's checking. Crash. Check 24, check 24.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Let's go now.
That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Stay with your man.
From the gun, Dorsey. That's complete to Butler. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
94. Here I come. X3, 218, jump, snap.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. It'll be a pickup of 4, and it brings up 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. They'll run it with Williams. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And this one is right through, and that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goal is probably not what they were hoping for.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
15 yards that time, and a Buffalo first. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Hey, check right. Watch it,
Allen. He's going to air one out. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. A big play here for the Bills. 43 yards. So after the big play, look at this. All the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Devin Singletary. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Now on 3rd and 2, they're going to elect to throw with Allen. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the... He's got a man, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. It's a gain of 35.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist bump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
35-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, Mike 50. Mike 50.
2nd and 6. On the left side, it's McDonald. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop it before you get a good head of steam going.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2nd and 13. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And down inside the 15 he goes. And he's got a 1st down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. Now a 1st down carry. It's Williams. trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The tackle is made by Micah Hyde. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Dorsey. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Dorsey. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Julio Jones. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. The extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive.
And Singletary has it stripped. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
New Mike 52, Mike 52. Alert, alert, alert. Come on, we go.
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on 3rd down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
An ideal beginning of the drive there is they'll get 20 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Dorsey. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Dorsey. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. This quarterback now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, but had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Dorsey. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Operating from the gun. Dorsey. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of frustration on his face. 4 interceptions last week. We talked about it all week. What did he do wrong? And another one here in the first half.
And you can understand the frustration. You actually feel his pain a little bit. But the worst thing he can do is what you're seeing right now, showing the other team that he's frustrated. All they're going to do is double their efforts to make him even more frustrated. He's got to gather himself, compose himself, and keep fighting.
They talked a lot about erasing that loss last week, getting back in the win column. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Check. Hey, exit. 49, guys. Mike.
From the gun, Dorsey. Now a short one to Gesicki. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Set 90 Wolf. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, 2. Ready?
Operating from the gun, Dorsey. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Allen. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Call that a very strong gain of 24. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike 52. Hey, man. Watch the boot. 5-2.
Here's Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Maxwell. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 27-yard line. To the air, Allen. That's going to be caught. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now Allen. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On 2nd down and 4, Jones. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
Hey, team 6.
Looking to throw. Dorsey. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
Let's go.
This quarterback now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
61, matchbox, lights. Hey, foxtrot. Down.
Off play action. Dorsey. Now a short one to Gesicki. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like right at the 40. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Dorsey. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Allen to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Eluding the pressure right. And he comes back with one complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 18 on that one as the Bills are going to have a first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. It's a pickup of 17 on that one and a Bills first down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Again, they'll throw with Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Allen now looks to throw. Looking end zone for Jones. And now here is another interception. Able to get there and pick it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Matt Milano coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really...
And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. The 30, 10, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Miles Boykin, 87 yards. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
You got nothing.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be third and about a foot or two.
Definitely too early to panic, but that is his 4th carry of the game, and collectively has in total 10 yards. So maybe there's no panic, maybe some concern.
Yeah, and maybe a little concern up front because they're not giving him any space right now. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. To throw, it's Allen, and it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Dolphins get the football in great field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They run it again with Williams. And an alley to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 18 big yards on that one, and a Miami first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st down, Williams. And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's McDonald. And here he'll get it down to the 7th. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points. But this widens it out, as you said. And now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jerome Baker right there in coverage. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Allen to throw. Throwing again. He's got his man Sharp, complete. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
I think this one offensively, this is one where you just say, let's move on. Let's not even watch the game tapes from this one.
Yeah, you might just want to throw it in the trash, act like it was never there in the first place.
Yeah, just say we're good. I actually have heard of a coach in the past who took his team out to the practice field and ceremonially buried the game films from the prior game when they got clobbered. That was his way of putting it behind them.
1st down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same Surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Allen going to throw. And this one drops incomplete, but I think the defense jumped. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
And that last penalty makes his third down play a little more interesting. 3rd and 5. Now Allen. It's caught. Jones. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 40.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. So now following the big play, they've got a 1st and goal all the way down at the 10. Looking to throw. Allen. And that will be caught by Jones. He's got a Buffalo touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And the Bills get a bit closer.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. He's at the 50. He's at the 40.
Well, there's some excitement, right? Go for 2, and instead it gets picked off. And how about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly. Getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Again, it's Williams. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And he gets this one down to the 24. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 24.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the Bills' 26-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or. 2 times, 2 times. Hey. Keep gripping.
Now a give, right side, Charles. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. It's a 7-yard pickup. They'll be looking now at a 3rd and 6. At this stage of the game, with the score where it is, the key here is stay in bounds, and he did just that. Not by a huge margin, but he stayed in.
And those come up in what we like to call winning edge meetings. The things that you have to do, late game situations, kicking situations, doesn't matter what it is, the things you have to do to win a game, and that comes up in that meeting, then you practice it, they've got to be happy to see it.
And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack, tried to get away but could not. Matt Milano picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Dolphins will add onto their lead. So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Allen now on first down. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Let's go.
Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Back to throw. Allen going up top. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here. The Bills on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 17. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. Now carry number 20 of the game. Here's Williams. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal.
Get it.
Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
That's what I'm talking about.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Williams. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
And let's see, 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on 3rd and goal. From the gun, Dorsey. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. He's going to let it fly. That is going to be caught by Sharp for a Bills touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Bills use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. From the gun, it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Ready, break. March 49. You remember me? You remember me? Let's go, baby.
They'll run on first down. It's Williams. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14.
Go. We got motion. Back up.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Delta. Down.
Operating from the gun, Dorsey. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big pickup of 38. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Allen now. From the gun, he'll throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Allen again here on 2nd and 10. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. That one, a gain of 20 and a first down.